So students, you can mark the syllabus for your Essay 2 exam, Essay 2 Standard 4 Science syllabus, Chapter 9, Weather, Air and Water, Chapter 11, Force, Work and Energy, Chapter 12, Our Universe, and Chapter 13, Soil. You can see it here. So I'm also marking it. As you can see that Chapter 9, Weather, Air and Water, Chapter 11, Force, Work and Energy, Chapter 12, Our Universe, and Chapter 13, Soil. So these 4 chapters will be included in your Essay 2 exam. And at the same time, 3 revision chapters are also there. That is Chapter 3, Reproduction in Animals, Chapter 5, Our Food and Nutrition, and Chapter 14, Pollution. So these 3 are the revision chapters. Okay, total these chapters, these are the chapters that will be included in your Essay 2 syllabus. Among these chapters, Chapter 3, 5 and 14, these 3 chapters are revision chapters. You have already read it. You have already given exams from these chapters. And Chapter 9, 11, 12 and 13, these 4 are new chapters. And I think we have already started the universe, our universe chapter 12, right? We have already started it and we have already learned about the planets, about the solar system. So let's open chapter 12, our universe. Farhan Malik. Yes, Farhan, unmute your device. So before the vacation, we have already completed this chapter, but today we will first revise this chapter. A quick revision will be there. After that, we will start the exercise. So what you have learned in this chapter, we have learned about our universe, about the solar system, about the planets of our solar system. So at the very first, you can see that what are galaxies. So the groups of stars that you can see at the night sky, and the group of the stars that make a pattern that are called constellations. So at the night sky, if you look at the sky, you will see that some group of stars have they have made some particular shapes, and the picture is also given here at the top of this page. You can see some shape, they look like a spoon. Some shapes are there that look like a complete human being. Some shapes are there that look like the alphabet W. So this is how group of stars that make some particular shapes. They are called the constellations. Now go to the next page. Here we have learnt about the solar system. The solar system consists of one star. What is the one and only star of the solar system? That is the sun. And along with the sun, it also has 8 planets. So the solar system consists of one star, that is the sun, and 8 planets. 8 planets, the names of these 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So these are the planets of the solar system. And here in details it is given. I will not tell it in detail today because we have already discussed the details in the class previously before the vacation. So here in this picture also you can see that one by one, according to their distances from the sun, the planets are given here, and the colors of these planets, and at the same time the size of these planets. According to this picture, you can see that is given here, and so many projects you have also made in the science exhibition on our solar system. here you can see this one, the Jupiter. It is the largest planet of our solar system. And similarly, here you can see the Mercury. This is the closest planet to the Earth. And the last planet of our solar system, this is the Neptune, right? So you can see here in this picture, it is clearly visible. Never skip the true fact box. This one. Never skip it. Always read the true fact boxes because questions will come from these true fact boxes. Now go to the next page. So I'm not telling you in details because again I'm telling you in details. We have already read this chapter. If any of you have any doubt, any query from these portions, you can ask me definitely. But today I will not tell you in detail because we have already completed this chapter. I'm just going for a quick revision. Next, here you have seen that all the 8 planets, about them in details, that is written here. And after that, you will see that what are satellites. Satellite means any heavenly body that moves around the planet, that is called a satellite. Satellite can be a natural satellite as well as it can be an artificial satellite. Natural satellites are made naturally and artificial satellites are made by the human being and they are sent to the space from the Earth. Example of one natural satellite is the moon. Earth has only one moon and the artificial satellites are also sent from the Earth. Next topic is inside the Earth. That means how many inside the Earth, what is there. So we all live on the Earth's crust. That means the uppermost layer of the Earth. That is called Earth's crust. So similarly, as you go deeper inside the Earth towards the center of the Earth, you will find some layers of the Earth. So total, how many layers of the Earth are there? There are total 3 basic layers. The outermost layer is called crust. The layer right after the crust is called mantle. And right after the mantle, it is core. Now the core is also divided into 2 portions. One is the outer core and another is the inner core. Okay, you can see here in this picture. Let me show you another picture so that you can understand it better. So I'm showing you one picture. You can see it here. All the different parts of the core is clearly visible. Okay. So here you can see in your book, it is written that Earth has 4 layers. Actually 4 layers, and how it becomes 4, I'm telling you that the basic 3 layers are there. The outermost layer is called the crust. Here you can see the outermost layer that is of brown color. It is called the crust. Okay. So the next layer is the mantle, the layer just after the crust, the layer just after the crust. That means this layer. In this picture, you can see this one. This is called the mantle. Okay. And the next layer is core. You can see this complete part is called the core. Now, this core is divided into 2 layers. What are these 2 layers? The outer core, this red layer you can see, this is called the outer core, right? And the inner core. At the center, you can see a layer that is called the inner core. Okay, this is how it becomes 3. Sorry, it becomes 4. Okay, so there are 3 basic layers: the crust, mantle, and core. The core is also divided into 2 different layers. One is the outer core and another is the inner core. I'm again showing you the outermost layer is called the crust. On the crust, the trees and the buildings, everything is there on the crust. Okay, and now the layer next to the crust is called the mantle. This one, this second layer, this is called the mantle. Okay, after the mantle, the third layer is called the core. So this complete part is called the core. Core is divided into two separate layers. One is the outer core. Here in this picture, you can see that it is indicated with red color. That is called the outer core, and one inner core. At the center, there is the inner core. Okay. So this is how there are three basic layers, and you can also write 4 layers. Okay. If you write 3 layers or 4 layers, always mention within bracket, always mention the names of the layers. Okay. If you write 3 layers, it will also be correct answer. If you write 4 layers, then mention the names as outer core and inner core. Okay. So these are the layers of Earth. Now, as we go deeper to the Earth's center from the crust, as we go deeper from the crust to the Earth's center, both the temperature and pressure increases. The temperature and pressure increases. At that high temperature, all the rocks present there at the core portion, all the rocks that are present there, they become melted. So those molten rocks are called magma. Okay. Now you have learned in volcano that magma comes out from the earth's core or mantle. So from the crust, as we go deeper towards the center, the temperature and pressure both increases. And at that high temperature and pressure, due to that high temperature and pressure, the rocks that are present there, they become melted, and those molten rocks in the semi-liquid form, whose temperature is very high, that is called magma. And on the crust, there are the mountains, right? And when the magma, when the pressure becomes too high, that magma comes out through the vent. Vent means the channel of these mountains, right? Through which the magma will come out. And then finally, the magma gets erupted with the in the form of lava, right? When it remains, when the molten rock remains inside the earth, that is called magma. When it comes outside the earth through these vents or through these mountains, when it comes outside, it will be called the lava, right? So lava destroys everything that comes in its way, whether it is a building, it is a tree, it is an animal. So whatever will come in its way, it will destroy it, it will burn it instantly, because the temperature of that lava is very high. Now I'm going to show you another picture, this one. Can all of you see it? So why I am showing you this picture? This picture indicates that as you go deep towards the Earth's center, how the temperature increases. So the Earth's crust, this layer is cool layer. So when you will go to the mantle, the temperature will increase slightly. But when you will go to the core, you will find that the temperature is very high. Okay, so this is why this picture is showing nothing but the layers of the earth and the changes of temperature according to the layers of the earth. Okay, so as you will go deeper to the earth, so this is earth's crust, the outer layer. You can see here we all live on this layer, the first or outermost layer or earth's crust. All of us, the living beings like trees and animals, everything, we live here to the outermost layer. As we go deeper, the temperature and pressure both increases. Now let's see what is the next topic. The next topic was volcano. So I have already told you that what is volcano. Let's look here. Volcano is an opening in the earth's crust from where the hot gases and molten rocks called magma erupt out. Erupt out means comes out with explosion, okay, with great explosion. So that is, that opening is called volcano. So if there is a opening in any mount at the top of any mountain, and through that opening the magma from the earth core or mantle, the magma comes out or erupts out with explosion, and the lava spreads everywhere. That is that opening of the earth's crust. It is called volcano. So many of you have already performed that how volcano erupts in science exhibition. I hope all of you have seen it. All of those projects were very good. And so this is how, when the molten rock remains under the under the earth's crust level, that means under the ground, when the magma is uh, under the ground, that is called, when the molten rock is under the ground, it is called magma. But when it comes out through the volcano, or in the form of a volcano, and it turns into lava, and it comes out of the earth's surface, then it will be called lava. So magma and lava both are same, but when it is the molten rock is under the ground, it is called magma. When it comes out, it is called lava. Is it clear to all of you? Now let's see the next part, the movement of the earth. So how many different types of movements are there of earth? Earth has two different types of movements. They are rotation and revolution. They are rotation and revolution. So what is rotation? What is rotation? Can anyone tell me? I can see two hands are raised here. Let's see if you can tell me that what is rotation, as we have already completed this part. Let's see if you can tell me or not. So many hands are raised here. Okay, I will ask any one of you. Shubhangi Manna. Yes. Unmute your device, Shubhangi. Yes. Shubhangi, can you tell me what is rotation?
Yes, ma'am. The spinning of the earth on its own axis is called rotation of the earth.
Very good, very good. Absolutely correct answer. So here also you can see that if this is the earth, sorry, see, if this is the earth and this is the earth's axis. What is axis? Now the imaginary line that goes through the earth's center, imaginary line that goes through the earth's center, that is called the earth's axis, this one, okay? And this axis is a little bit tilted. It is not a straight line, okay? It is not straight like this. It is a little bit inclined or tilted like this, okay? So the imaginary line through the earth's center, that is called the earth's axis. Now when earth rotates around its own axis, this rotation, it is called the rotation. And earth rotates around its own axis. At the same time, earth also rotates around the sun. When earth rotates around the sun, it is called, this movement is called revolution. But when earth rotates around its own axis, it is called rotation. Rotation is responsible for the changes in day and night. Due to this rotation, this movement around its own axis, due to this rotation, day and night, these changes happen. And at the same time, as a result of revolution, that means the rotation of or movement of earth around the sun, due to this movement, seasonal changes or changes in the seasons like winter, summer, monsoon, these changes take place. I would like to show you one short video on that so that you can understand this better. Okay. Can you all see the screen? See, this is called the revolution. Okay, you can see the earth is rotating or earth is moving around the sun. You can see at the left hand side, you can see the rotation, and at the right hand side you can see the revolution. See, look carefully. At the left hand side, that is the rotation, the earth is rotating around its own axis, and at the right hand side you can see the revolution. So right now the movement of the earth that you can see, that is the revolution. I'm again showing you. See, at the left hand side the earth is rotating around its own axis. This is the rotation. And at the right hand side the earth is rotating around the sun. This is called revolution. Okay, so left hand side, that is the rotation. At the left hand side, that is the rotation, and at the right hand side, that is the revolution. Okay, is this concept clear now? I hope the concept is clear now. What is the difference between rotation and revolution? So when the earth rotates around its own axis, this is called rotation. It causes the changes in days and nights. And at the same time, when the earth rotates around the sun, that is called revolution, and it causes the changes in the seasonal changes like winter, summer, monsoon, spring, autumn, these changes. Okay. So this chapter is complete, but today we will not start the exercise. We will start doing the exercise tomorrow. But I will give you some assignments, some homework for today, as the first two parts, part A and part B from the exercise is very easy. And now I will see that 5 hands are raised here. Shireen, Anjum, Sushnata, Noraz and Inakshi. I will talk to them. After that, I will take the attendance and then I will end the class. But if you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. Okay.